All right, we're live. We're live, and it's just 8 p.m. It's time for some Super Mario World. I know that was none of the games I discussed possibly playing, but I had to make a last-minute split decision, and that's what I felt like playing. All right, I'm just gonna let's replace this this background. What do we got here? We'll replace this background with something more fitting. We've still got this one up from Zelda. And we don't need this whole webcam thing. All right. 12-second stream. Maybe we'll bring the beard cam back later. I'm not prepared to be on camera yet. I'm just doing a little extra setup here. So we can have an appropriate background image to fill out the sidebars. Yeah, I'm just like jumping right into it. I haven't had time to mentally prepare. It was a busy work day. But don't you worry, I'll be in the groove in no time. Oh, and hello there,
Subscription gifted.
Thank you for the gifted subscription, Windex and Whiskey. That was very generous of you. 900 Nut Boys, glad you could finally make it to a stream. And of course, hello Tyler. Hello Lenny. Hello Leeton. Hello Reuniclus. Hello Marty is God. Hello Emma Memer. Hello one and all. We're gonna do some Super Tomario World. That's right. All right. Yeah, let's update this image. Let's get it nice and appropriate for the game we're playing. As soon as OBS decides to load the right thing. There we go. I'm obviously going to blame the software. Why should I take responsibility? All right. We're chugging along here. Okay. How's that? What? It just... This thing's flaking on me. We can do better than this. Fit to screen. That's fun. I like that. And then we'll get our game source ready now. We're just spinning up. But just wait till we get going. Ooh boy. E. That's all I have to say to you guys. E. And thank you for subscribing. Masfurato. Almost there. Almost there. Eccentric Focus, thank you for your generous Prime subscription. Thanks for helping me get hyped tonight. I need some extra hype energy here, and the hype train's at 94%. That's the most energy you're gonna hear out of me all night, though. So I mean, I'm not gonna apologize. I feel like if I started being really hype on stream, that would just be out of character. Oh, and thank you for the 100 bits, Love Shack, and also Xeon Play Stuff. Thank you for the 100 bits. So appreciated. And Lenny! Oh, it's going to happen. Here it goes. It's going to kick off as soon as this alert clears. You guys know what's coming. It's a... Holy... There we go.
It's a gifting spree!
There it is. And thank you for the 100 bits, TKB. You're always just hype enough. Well, thank you. I'm glad we agree. And Estes, thank you for the gift. These are going to keep coming. I thought I made the... What? Everyone gets their time here.
Subscription gifted.
All right. And our capture's not working. But worry not. Oh no, there it is.
It's a gifting spree!
And thank you so much, Tyler. I was waiting for that one to actually pop. Thank you, Tyler, also for the 10 gifted subs. Tyler and Lenny already both leading us off with a strong start. So much appreciated, seriously. Naoli, 1, thank you for subscribing. And Emma Memer, thank you for the 100 bits. The hype train's at 170%. That's nuts. I don't know what it really means, but it's nuts. Level 5 hype train. Oh, come on. Let's not drop frames now. I'm just gonna kill a bunch of stuff. There's no reason this should be dropping frames. Just taking care of some things. Part of that is just my capture system losing focus. Just gonna have a quick look at the old task manager. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, we're ready to play. Alright. XBFX and so on. Whoa, we got a monster gift in here. Thank you, Chinbad the Sailor. That's a new name. I don't think I've seen that before, but thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And Life SSB, thank you for using your Prime sub on little ol' me. We doing good. We got Super Mario World. We got a bunch of empty save files to fill up. Oh, thank you for resubscribing, Kerbunsky. It's Tomar time. Once again. Yes, it is. I love this game. This was my first Super Nintendo game, as it was most people who owned a Super Nintendo's first Super Nintendo game, because it came with the system. But that does not make it any less of a fantastic game that deserves to be replayed a million times. Whew. I guess you don't really need to duck when you're little. And thank you for subscribing, Millernator. We're just gonna have a fun time tonight. I just wanted to do something chill and play some Super Mario World. We're playing from scratch. I haven't played in a while, but it, you know, some things you just don't forget. So I'm sure I'll do fine up until, I don't know, somewhere in World 2 where I'll make a fool of myself. Let's at least wait till World 2 for me to do something embarrassing. And Coach Nell, thank you for the subscription. Ooh. Oh, I forgot it does that. Oh well, that wasn't too embarrassing. That's just a mixed one up, a missed one up. Whee! There we go. The 50 points made up for the missed one up. See, I sacrificed a worm in Tomar's name, and my crop yield was bountiful and disease-free, says Estes Soup. I'm glad to hear that that you noticed the crop yield. A lot of such deeds go unnoticed. Not that I'm taking direct credit, I'm just making an observation. Alright. Let's get all these coins. We don't have a cape, we can't actually get the coins on top, but that's just alright. We can get them from here, that's right. See, it's been a minute. I have not played in a while, but Kaizo levels. Are the Kaizo levels those like those ones that are meant to just like drive you nuts? Dylan B says, Tomar, good evening. Few minutes late because I'm currently working tonight. I was almost late. I really was working right up to the clock, and I had to jump on semi-unprepared, but I just picked a game and went for it, and here we are. So don't you worry about being late. XBFX Infonia. Tomar, thanks for all the advice on starting my own cult. Things are really going well. I'm glad to hear that. XPFX, I'm glad. I hope your cult is a prosperous one. I really don't. You guys know I don't like cults and charlatans, but this is all just good fun. I'm sure you know that. But just in case this ever is brought up as evidence in some court of law, I want you to know that I am not a supporter of cult activity. Oh, my favorite little Yoshi man. Yoshi, who just obliterates his enemies. Mario stomps them down a little bit. Yoshi crushes them out of existence. Let's see. Give me your best Yoshi? Oh boy. TKB wants me to do a Yoshi impression. I don't know how comfortable I am with that. It'd just be like, what? Yoshi! I'm not gonna... Don't make me try. Will Yoshi still be waiting for me when I go back down? Oh yeah, he is! What a bro! The Super Nintendo with its extra couple, like, it's like extra megabyte of memory or whatever over the NES. Lets us save the state of things off screen. I don't know, that's probably not accurate. I have no idea what the memory difference is between the SNES and NES. I haven't looked into that in some time. Father Tomar, what's crowd control coins? Well, I'm not your father, but crowd control coins are, they're a thing that I used once in a Dark Souls stream, and it was oh, come on. And it was pretty fun, but also pretty hectic. It basically let people affect the game by using the crowd control coins. Honestly, there's probably a crowd control integration for Super Mario World. I know they've got a few for Super Nintendo games, but I did not have the time to prepare such a thing, and it would probably take me at least 10 minutes to get going minimum, and I don't think anyone wants to sit through that. But maybe next time we will play with crowd control, assuming it even supports this. I think it might also support Link to the Past now that I think of it, so I'll definitely check on that before we play either of those games again. That should have worked. Let's see, Father Tomar. Don't stop calling me that. I'm not a priest, and I did not sire you. But let's see. Why won't you let the masses know that I am your spawn child who is 26 years old? That would mean I conceived you at 10, but pre-puberty. I don't know if that's physically possible. Let's see. Ooh. Oh no, we want that. We got this, fellas. I forget what the requirement was for that star block to actually have anything in it. A coin's just a coin. Grok the World, thank you for your subscription. For your lovely patronage, even. Tomar's a father of 7. That's not true, Saltiest Swede. I'm a father of 0. But I do hope one day to be a father. And a good one at that. No, I didn't want to get that. I didn't know it would replace... Okay, there we go. Now I'm fulfilled. I guess if you must call me a cat dad, I suppose I am. I do have a cat. I don't say cat dad. You can say cat dad. But that's just the kind of world we live in now, huh? A world full of proud cat dads. Not proud, though, I see. We're just blasting on through. Alright. We recreating our own Caesar's Legion in chat or what? Is that a thing? Were we gonna do that, Tyler? Let's see, Tomy, what did you guys hate the most about the Avenger game? You guys know exactly how we feel about the Avenger game. You don't have to ask that. What I hated most about it was, I guess, the pandery writing. Like, if we're gonna be generic. People think we hate Kamala Khan. I don't hate Kamala Khan. I just hate whoever wrote Kamala Khan in that game. And hate's a strong word. I don't really hate. I was just befuddled by it. Utterly confused by it. I feel like I'm missing some cool little secret. But that's alright. Is the Avengers game actually a gacha game? We didn't get... As soon as we got to the point where it was just this sort of mediocre, like, capture the flag game, or King of the Hill, whatever, that was trying to, like, shoehorn in multiplayer, that's kind of where we lost interest. And just started playing Hulk Ultimate Destruction instead. That was my idea, by the way. Not that it matters. I just thought it would be fun to be like, what if we showed off a game that was like decades older than this one and proved that it was somehow more fun than what we had just witnessed. Woo! Oh. Off with ye. Is Mario actually Tomar in disguise? I've got a spoiler for you, no. Wow, you're saying they did a minor crossover with Genshin Impact? I'm assuming that's a joke, Claude. And no, I'm not calling someone in the chat a Claude. Again, for the viewers at home watching the VOD, that is someone's name. Alright. The agreeable grunt versus Kamala Khan. Mario is not taller than... Well, how tall is Mario? Now I kind of want to know. Is Mario canonically taller or shorter than me? Well, Yoshi, We'll catch you. What? What happened? Was it the ball? Alright. Now I am the iconic cover picture. Nothing can stop me. Caped Mario and Yoshi is the ultimate configuration. I'm invincible. Let's see. Let's see. One wrong. One wrong. One. Oh boy. What an unsuccessful run. I don't know if those are randomized or predetermined, but if they're predetermined, I certainly don't know what they are. Oh. Let's see. Here, Tomar, what's your 1RM for bench? I usually don't do single reps, but I've definitely lost. Like, right now I'm doing like, you know, three sets of 8 of like maybe like, I don't know, what's 90 plus 4, like 135 pounds. I have no idea what I can max. I assume that's what 1RM means. I'm not a workout nut either. Sorry, Love's Hack, if I'm totally not answering your question. If you guys are saying Mario's 5'1", I'm definitely taller than Mario. No. Oh man. I wanted to finish this level with all my Marios intact. You know what I mean. I wanted to finish with the cape. I'm a mere fire Mario and Yoshi. It's not the same. Tomar, do you like keeping your head shaved with a beard? Or is it due to a lack of hair growth on your head like me? Asks the all-seeing Eiler. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. Balding, yes. This looks much better than the alternative. And yeah, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have a beard. I'd be trying a lot harder to grow my hair back, I guess is the answer. I'd actually be using, like, you know, all those products that I bought and told myself I'd try using and then didn't. Claude says, Tomar, you're the best dude. I just wanted to say you're awesome in JoJo and Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter. I always want to say the X, but you're apparently not supposed to say the X. Thank you, Claude. Appreciate it. Shumbaroni says, Tomar, can you or can you not dispel the rumor that you escaped police custody by backwards long jumping across state lines? It was not technically across state lines. So yeah, I can deny it on a technicality. Any tips for an amateur voice actor? I mean, yeah, an amateur voice actor who aspires to be a pro, or just in general. I keep auditioning, keep on doing it, have fun. That's always the basic thing I tell everyone. You want to act as much as you can, you know. Get good gear when you can afford it, but know that the gear is meaningless unless you have a good enough space to record in. And don't, I mean, before you try making money, make sure that what you hear playing back to you from your computer sounds professional. And I mean, that was a big moment for me when I finally felt that. So yeah, I mean that's what I try to work towards, and then from there you're still gonna do a ton more amateur stuff probably, and then hopefully you'll find starting cool little paid gigs here and there, and who knows where that can lead. And hey there, Minty Jam, who says greetings from Chile. Thank you for joining us all the way from Chile. If you were okay, Tyler says if you're transported. I know I'm paused and I'm talking. This is what we're doing. Let's here. We can pull up the cam. Since there's no action on screen right now. Let's pull up the old beard cam, as we've grown to call it. Testing, testing, testing. There we are. See right there in the little corner, that tiny little thing? There's our beard cam. Okay, if you're transported into a gladiator's arena with Mario, except it's the Captain Lou Albino Mario. Who's Captain Lou Albino? Would you try to see if you could win the fight? I don't I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Tomar, don't you think you're pushing the Geneva Convention laws? No. Kerbunsky, off to play some video games with pals. Enjoy your night. You too, Kerbunsky. Do you have any noise canceling advice or like audio leveling? Asks Weeping Blade. I'm not a good sound guy. I used to use like the Audition / Cool Edit Pro built-in noise cancellation back in the day, but it's much better to just find a microphone in a space that works where you don't have noise. I know that's sometimes easier said than done, but that needs to be the end goal, because artificial noise canceling will always cause lossiness, and you can use that in amateur productions, but like most people are gonna hear how weird it sounds, and that's something to noise canceling is something you want to avoid having to use altogether. Thank you for subscribing, Claude, and Pull Me Finger. Much appreciated to both of you for your patronage. What about VAing in Kimba the White Lion, Spaghetti Shaman? I've never VA'd in Kimba the Lion. Lenny, Tomar, does Jaxie have a daily smooching limit, or is it free reign? That's a very personal question. No, there's no limit. Hi, Tomar. Just asks Pelican Live. Just hoping you could say hi to my friend Neil. He'd totally freak out. No, he won't. Hi, Neil. Is that it? Did that cause a rippling effect in Neil's life? Is Neil having heart palpitations and breathing heavily? Neil, come on. You're not really gonna freak out. Please don't freak out, Neil. Europa's Moon. Hi, Tomar. Today's my birthday, and all I wanted to ask you is to update us on the mango farm. How's the cartel been treating you? Fine, just fine. Thank you for asking. Also, I guess happy birthday, since you threw it out there, since you made it real clear that you wanted a happy birthday. It's seriously though, happy birthday, Europa's Moon. Did you love smelling those markers that were in the assortment of different fruits as a kid? Yes. That just brought memories rushing back to me. I love those little fruit scented markers. I remember just sitting around for hours looking at them. It's getting hard to keep up with even the highlighted comments. But I do. It's great. It's a good problem to have. There's so many of you here and willing to talk to me. Thanks for the VA advice, Tomar, says Rotten Rooster. Who's your favorite cartoon character from an acting perspective? I like big cheesy guys. You know what? I always really liked like Red Guy from Cow and Chicken. I know I last time I brought up Charlie Adler, and that's a character that he doesn't play, and I do love all his stuff. But something about Red Guy doing that, like I always loved like big flamboyant types of characters. Like I love like Q from Star Trek, and I love like just like I like big stuff. I like playing big characters as much as like. The longer I've been an actor, the more I've learned to appreciate subtlety and stuff. But all my like initial instincts are like, I love big, cartoony, over the top, overblown. Like that's always been like what made me like be like, you get to do that when you act? That seems so much more fun than real life. Azuma Magica. Tell them the story where you used noise canceling so hard that everyone forgot you existed, Tomar. That's not a story. All-seeing, it didn't happen. All-seeing Eiler, is that gray in your beard? Let's see. Yes. You like it or not? Yeah, I mean, I have to accept it. I'm not gonna dye it. I'm 35 now. I mean, not quite old enough that people expect me to be gray, I guess, but not so young that it's like totally like what the hell. So I'm gonna keep it. Let the beard be gray. R Money 96, thank you for subscribing. TKB says, Tomar, can we get a smooch on the camera so we can go to sleep? No, 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 no. That's not gonna happen. No, no. I don't know why I'm getting so intense about this. No, I don't want to smooch the camera. That's silly. You can't feel none of that. But what if I smooch the microphone so you could hear it? There we go. Do crowd coins work yet? They work if I'm playing a crowd control game, but there's no yet. You guys are so excited to spend these hard-earned coins. I'm starting to wonder if I should find more things to do with them. Tomar, what's your opinion on crunchy water? I don't have one. I don't know what that means. Snake Taylor 4, everyone always talks about the scented markers being able to get you high, but I never believe that. Do you believe there's any truth to it? No, they were designed to be super non-toxic because, I mean, it's probably not a good thing in the long run because it encourages kids to be like, oh, a colorful marker. Let me sniff it and see if it's like that one I smelled before that smelled like strawberries or something. Actually, cherry was my favorite, the red marker. I've always been a big, like, I love cherry and, like, grape stuff. Any recent VA jobs that we should look forward to? I don't know. Yeah, probably. I haven't been doing a ton lately, to be honest. I've done a few little things here and there, but nothing crazy to go nuts that I'm, like, dying to tell everybody about. You know, you guys probably know from the million people have asked that I'm, probably be doing some voices and smiling friends, by which I mean, I keep saying probably because I want to be vague. I'm doing some voices. I won't tell you what, and I won't tell you when, and I won't tell you where, but I am very excited for smiling friends. That's the biggest thing right now coming down the pipes. Tomar, would you or would you not touch a toad even if it had warts? Asks the Brown Goblin, who generously donated $3. Thank you very much, the Brown Goblin. And to answer your question, yeah, I'd touch a toad. I don't think you can get warts from a toad. That's like a rumor, right? Why wouldn't I? Yeah, I'd touch a toad. I'd wash my hands afterwards because I don't want to, get something else. But yeah, sure, I'd touch a toad. Unless, does that hurt them? It doesn't hurt them to touch them, does it? I wouldn't touch them if I knew for a fact that it would, like, make their mother never look at them again or something like that. You know how that goes. Like supposedly if you like touch a hamster when it's too young, like its mother like smells it on you and like won't like just will ignore it and let it die, or it's something like that. I don't even know if that's true. Pelican Live, but yeah, toads I know nothing about. Pelican Live, thank you for the gift sub. Spectre, hey Tomar, can you do a backflip? Nah. My dad went gray at 18. See, there you go. Fungo Slungo says. So I'm not doing too bad. I only started going gray in my like early mid 30s. Let's see. Oh, it's Tyler. How many Tomar coins do we need to pay to the bank for a wink? What does that mean? I feel like I'm turning into a cam girl. Maybe I'll just do a wink. Maybe I'll wink when I want to wink. Oh, are you saying I should add that as a Tomar coins reward? No, that's already getting into the dance monkey dance territory. You guys, you know what I mean. I've explained before like why I quit Cameo after like 2 or 3 cameos. It's because I started getting people sending me like scripts of like things they wanted me to say that I wouldn't normally say, and that just made me like uncomfortable. I know a wink is not equivalent to that, but I don't know. That's not a thing I want to do. I don't want to get too pandery. I just want to have fun and do things that I want to do that hopefully you guys tolerate. And that's the approach we're having here. We're not trying to create an amazing Twitch Enterprise. We're just here to have fun. And I think in the long run, it's going to be the right call. I trust my instincts on that one. Do you remember doing that one Persona 4 comic dub a few years back? Yes, I remember doing that. That was my friend Sapphire's dub. Does she still go by Sapphire? Sapphire, Strawberry Cream, something, something. But she's very talented, and she's been booking voice roles, I think, over in Texas with Funimation, and she's very talented. But she's also really good at mixing, and she did that dub. She organized and cast that thing. But yeah, I was Ryotaro Dojima.
Subscription gifted.
Thank you for the gifted subscription, Dishwasher212. Let's see, do you remember doing that one? Yes, okay. I answered that. Tomar, do you ever have a TV on in the house and find yourself impersonating whatever is on? I don't know. I probably did that a lot more when I was younger. Now I would just annoy Jaxie, but if I were alone, yeah, probably. I do the same. Yeah, when I'm alone in the car, I'm listening to the radio. I love doing stuff like that. I've never been a good impressionist. I just sort of play around and try to find voice ideas. Because accuracy has never been my specialty when it comes to impressions. But you discover fun new voices trying to sound like people that you can't sound like at all. That's another bit of advice for anyone who's trying to like find a range of like, original voices, is like literally just do bad impressions till you stumble into some gold, which you usually won't, but sometimes you will. Is this the real Joshua Tomar? Okay, all right. You know what? Scrolling down. Snake Taylor, thank you for the gifted sub. Let's play some more Mario. Yeah, I don't actually say. Oh, blurst. We got nothing. Can you do a Markiplier impression? Asks Downcast. I forget what he sounds like, and that's not meant to be like a what? Who's Markiplier? I like I know he does that thing where he's definitely putting on like kind of a voice, like that's not how he naturally speaks, but he does like that like manly thing to try to sound cool. Am I saying that he needs to try? I don't know. That's for him to tell me. But yeah, I can't do a good Markiplier impression. I'd have to listen to him, and I don't even know if I feel like doing that. No offense to Markiplier, I don't know. I've never really followed the guy. I'm not that into like I don't watch a lot of streamers and YouTubers and stuff myself. Not that I dislike it, it's just I'd rather be playing, like video games or doing this or voice acting or a million other things. I don't find a lot of time to stream or to watch other streams and other like Let's Play stuff. That's just the honest truth of it. You know what? We got a secret in here, don't we? If we grab this and we toss it up here, now we're all ready to go. But we have to leave our poor little Yoshi behind, don't we? Oh, Yoshi, I'm gonna miss you. But this beanstalk is calling my name. Let's see. Thanks, Tomar, for always being able to take a joke like a certain bringer. See, can you do a impression of that furry little guy from the Black Cauldron movie? Huh? Furry little guy from the Black Cauldron movie. I don't think I've ever actually seen Black Cauldron. I've watched I've watched a lot of animated movies. Black Cauldron ain't one of them, though. Oh, I see. Huh. Oh, I see. I messed that up a little bit, didn't I? Oh, well. All that matters is that we complete the dungeon. Oh, that is true. I could have grabbed the blue shell with Yoshi and made him fly. What was I thinking? Oh well, you still have to get off Yoshi to pick up the key. I don't think I could have kept him. Alright. Oh yeah, Black Cauldron was an actual Disney movie, wasn't it? I'm always confused about like which of those obscure movies from that era. I'll legitimately like confuse that with crap like, you know, Troll in Central Park and like The Swan Princess and like all these like very forgettable animated movies from the 90s. Most of which I've seen maybe like small parts of and then got bored.
Monster gift!
Whoa, thank you, Snake Taylor, for the monster gift. What a baller move. Snake Taylor, another newcomer out of left field with a monster gift. Thank you so much. Not that I'm assuming you're actually a newcomer to the stream, but you are a newcomer to the monster gift club. And maybe you are a newcomer to the stream too, I don't know. Snake Taylor's revenge, indeed. I see the wart cancellation technology is working on the... Azuma, why did you choose your running gag to be warts? Do you really want to be the wart person for the rest of your life? That's all you'll ever be if you keep up all the wart talk. That's all I'm saying. I can't tell you to stop. I can only advise you on what will become of you if you continue down this warty path. Man. Oh. To keep up with chat while doing this. Tomar, would you live in the Mario universe in exchange for 493 silver coins? I guess that's a valid hypothetical, but I don't know what a silver coin is worth, so it's just... Oh! That one goes all the way up, huh? That's our first death. That was an embarrassing one, too. Well, I didn't make it to World 2. Wait, yes I did. I did make it to World 2 before my first embarrassing death. So, I kept my, I guess, it wasn't even really a promise. It was just a wish. I got my wish. Tomar, I have a plum tree and it's shedding fruit. Do you want any? I mean, I love plums, so sure, yeah. If you got extra plums, send them on over, B-May. I used to have a cherry tree in my backyard, and I don't know what kind of cherries they were, but they tasted a lot like plums. I think they're Bing cherries? Is that a thing? I think that's a thing. For the 2 years I lived in San Francisco. Vic Sauce, thank you for resubscribing. Finally get to make another stream. Hell yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you're here, Vic Sauce. Someday I'll maybe take your advice on... I think it was you who was telling me about messing with the mix on my stream, putting my voice to one side. Was that you, Vic? And then Mosferato. Thank you for the 200 bits, sir. Alright, how did you extend your neck in the Worms Let's Play video? That's an excellent question. And that's all I have to say about it. Well, that wasn't you, Vic Sauce. I'm sorry. I am confusing you with another Vic. That is my mistake. But I'm still glad you could make our stream here today. That's what's most important. Tomar, is any game, cartoon, anime, etc. that you had multiple roles in? Yeah, I think so. Technically, I've had multiple roles in Hunter x Hunter, because I played a character called Togari from a much earlier series before I played Yuppie. And I've played a ton of characters in both... I played both Bomb King and Buck in the game, Paladins. and I play I play like 4 different skins in the game Smite, and I play, yeah, multiple roles is pretty common in voice acting anyway because of, it's economical, and also I tend to get pulled as like a utility actor, like a guy who can just come in and they just throw like 4 or 5 characters at me for like a card game type game, like Shadowverse or something, and I can just knock them out. I've done a lot of cards for Shadowverse by now, probably like a dozen or so. Let's see. What is your favorite Mario enemy? Big Bertha. I just like the name Big Bertha and the fact that that has a name. It's literally just the name of the cannon that fires bullet bills. But that's the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Mario characters. Who's my favorite? It's Big Bertha. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, that's right. Is there a way? There must be a way to get the P block in here or something. I totally forget how this room works. Alright, let's solve the mystery of this ghost house. It's, like I said, I'm starting to forget things, but I'm pretty sure it's just you go in the door, and then you go in the door again, and then this one's a beanstalk now. What do you know? Although we probably could have just flown up here with the cape. Oh, our little mousie's visiting. Let's see. All-Seeing Eiler says, one more thing, Tomar. Just wanted to thank you for inspiring me to get back my life and pursue a career I'd enjoy rather than just working for money. Almost died 3 months ago. Sorry to hear that. Having my colon nearly explode and then removed due to Crohn's. Very sorry to hear that. Watching nothing but Oni plays and listening to you talk about your VA work. Thank you. If I can inadvertently inspire somebody, that's great. I'm glad to hear it. I feel weird saying you're welcome because it wasn't on purpose, but you're welcome. Snake Taylor 4, thank you for the gift sub. Tomar, this is my last 100 Tomar coins. Please respond. Did you work at Treyarch quite a few years ago? I didn't. Treyarch they're the guys that make like Guilty Gear and like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, right? Or am I thinking of, no, is that a different arc? What's Treyarch? I don't know. Hey Tomar, training in a new job on remote customer service tomorrow. Any tips on surviving an online remote setting and whatnot? Yeah, no. I don't know. I've always liked it. I've worked an office job most of my life until recently, so everything about working from home is like objectively better because like you can kind of set your own schedule without feeling like anybody's looking over your back. Customer service, not something I've really done much of in a long time. I used to do tier 1 support stuff where it was like a lot of time on the phone with people, helping them out. But that's I guess that's remote anyway, if that's what you're talking about. I can't think of any tips. Just do your best, be positive, make people feel good. Remember that you're there to help them, and that regardless of what dicks they are and what kind of mood they're in, you have the power to influence that, rather than don't let it get to you either when people are just pure jerks and they're immovable. Don't invest emotionally in people like that. That's the best advice I guess I can give for customer service stuff. Hey Tomar, I thought about what you said, and I think I do want to be the wart person, but I feel like I'll always be in your shadow. Is there anything that can be done about this? Oh, Azuma, that wasn't the conclusion I wanted you to reach. Did you guys beat Ratchet and Clank on Oni Plays? I don't think we've beaten it yet. and Helix keeps pushing us away from it, but we just sort of we've been playing it when we feel down for it. But no, I don't think we've beaten that one yet. Saltiest Swede, Tomar, what doth thine breath smell of this fine evening? You know, I've got this curry here that Jaxie made for me. It's a little. She made these little bentos. It's curry and rice and chicken, and there's some little cherry tomatoes in there. And I'm not a big tomato guy, but I'll eat it because I love my wife. But I love Japanese curry. That's you guys know, like, you know, like the Japanese curry roux that comes in a box, like golden curry. This one's not golden. It's another brand. I was at like a Japanese supermarket the other day, and they had a bunch of them on sale where it was like the big packs for like less than $2 each. So I got a bunch of the hot curries, and man, I love them. And this is good, like short grain Japanese rice too. I like me some Japanese food. It's definitely my favorite type of cuisine. In this case, like Japanese comfort food. But yeah, I love a good curry and katsu. Can't wait until I'm allowed to go to Japan again. I've only been once ever in my life, but I really want to go back. All right, I'm going off on a tangent. That's what my breath would be smelling like if I could catch a minute to eat. But this thing's gonna get cold. I feel bad. What do I do? I wasn't planning on doing a mukbang stream tonight, but at least let me have a few bites of it. Will you, stream? Will you forgive me that? I'll try to chew off camera. Or, well, not chew. I'll try to chew off mic. Getting off camera is too much of a hassle. Oh, it's still great. I really never got a chance to eat dinner. What are you gonna do? I said I'd chew off mic, and I'm already breaking that. Are you guys gonna do the Nickelodeon Smash game on Oniplays? We haven't even discussed it. I have no idea. Hey, Tomer Simpson, have you ever considered collaborating with Germa? I don't know if I'm worthy to collaborate with Germa. I mean, I know we have a brief history together. But I feel like I'd be taking advantage of him. He's a really cool big deal, and I'm just like I'm a newbie in all this. But would I be open to it? Absolutely. I think that's the best answer I could give to your question. That alien poster in the background is sweet. Oh, you just got the entire series box set. Yeah, oh yeah. I love that poster. There's the whole thing. There. Hey, now I can eat without you having to watch me chew. We'll just do Tomar's like hat and eyes cam. Does that work for you? I feel like the chat might be amicable to that arrangement. Oh, you know what? Am I falling behind on stuff? Vic Sauce, thank you for the $5 donation. No, Tommy, you must chew as disgustingly as possible. I'll do my best. And Adam Course donated $3. Thank you, Adam. A tad curious on that story Zach talked about, how you accidentally made a guy run a red light out of fear from you. Did you flash your lights or speed up? Or was that another Zach fable? I might have flashed my lights. I can't remember, but no, I didn't. I was literally at a dead stop. I didn't like move the car in any way that freaked him out. I honestly forget even how the story went. I just remember that he pulled some dick move. I think I might have even honked at him or flashed my lights or something. And then he literally, like, at a red light, made a right turn and then, like, made a left turn. So he basically just, like, drove through the right turn area like it was part of a lane and just kept going. Like, he made a right turn and then, like, an illegal half U-turn, and then look at that. And then it was a weird situation. It was remarkable enough that we had to tell the stupid story on the stream, or on Oni Plays. It's not a stream. You know what I mean. Some like it's not. Some like it's snot. This is my 2nd-month anniversary. Thank you for the resubscribe. Yeah, anniversary. I'm planning to stick around a while. You keep on doing an awesome stream. Love you, Tomar. Thank you, some like it's not. I will keep doing this as long as it takes. And we're going to get that partnership. Yes, we are. Mark my words. Tomar, would you ever meet up IRL with chat and let us hold up signs for you to read while you try to eat and play a video game? You know, I'm very content just doing that in the comfort of my home. But that just felt like permission to take another bite, so I'm going to do that. For anyone who hasn't had like Japanese curry, it's the most like agreeable, mild curry for a Westerner. And I do like Thai curry and I do like Indian curry of all sorts. But there's something that's just so nice and comfortable about Japanese curry. It's usually not that spicy, even when it says it is. That's good. I'm gonna make a mess. Just gotta make sure I don't get curry in my beard, you know. Hey Tomar, how was work? Asks Captain Squiggles. Do anything cool? Just a busy day. I don't know. A lot of computery stuff. I don't want to talk about work, but thank you for asking. It was fine. It's been a busy week. Now I feel like the beard is a gaslighting again. What? I don't know what that means, Leeton. I actually bought a Jew harp, and it came yesterday. You took a surprising amount of time. Oh, it took a surprising amount of time to learn how to use it properly, but now I can play your famous "You Are Gay" hit single. Glad to hear that, Tyler. Gnosis says, you ever get your hands on an RTX 30 series? I managed to this week. Nope, still haven't. Still entering the stupid new egg shuffles. Still nothing. If you want to share your source, Gnosos, please let me know, because I don't know how to get one. It seems impossible, at least without spending a fortune. And I'm willing to pay anything under $2,000 for like a 3080 Ti to a 3090. I would never spend more than $2,000, but it's like, I'm pretty sure a normal 3080 Ti is what, like $1,200 to $1,500 anyway. I'm willing to spend a little more since the market, even the non-scalping market, seems to demand that now. But let me know what your source is. I want a 3080 Ti real bad. 3090s are quite expensive, but I would still get one if it was available at something close to retail price. Germa history. No, we're not brothers. No, we voice acted, and we were both in did some Newgrounds cartoons. We were in a series called Salty Swamp together, and we knew each other through a mutual friend, a guy called D-Mac, who's another very talented voice actor over in Canada land. He's definitely the one that introduced me to Germa. And this was all long before Germa was a streamer. To answer your question, real JJ My Hero. Guys, the proper shipping name for Germa X Tomar is Germar, okay? Alright, Ozma, thank you for clarifying. I'm never gonna catch up. I'm gonna scroll down. I'm sorry for anyone who gets missed here, but let's play some more Mario. And let's see, I followed Blank for their drops of 30 series. Oh, I guess because you did like a something.com, it blocked you out. They usually last a while before selling out, but you have to buy them in a bundle. I'm okay with a bundle as long as the bundle's not crazy expensive. But yeah. Oh, Anton Line. Oh, let me write that down. Crap. I'm just going to write that down real quick. Yeah, I have like a notepad file open here. This is important, you guys. Me getting a 3000 series means I can play all the coolest games with all the coolest ray tracing for you guys. This is for you. It's for me. No, it's for you. Antonline.com. Noted. All right. Let's keep playing Mario. I don't need this. This is just points. Who cares about points in Mario, huh? Not I. I don't know why I went down there. All right. What's going on? What's going on? Tomar, have you ever... No, I'm not gonna read that one, Spaghetti. Come on. Use your head. Why would I speak that aloud? 144 hertz Mario. Oh, this is actually running at 144 hertz, isn't it? Does it look nice and smooth over there? I think my stream's only running at 60 FPS, though. If that. And you guys probably aren't actually getting 60 FPS on your side, are you? On a scale of 1 to smooth, how smooth is this? On a scale of 1 to JB smooth. You ever play Nier Automata, asks Mr. Ignish. Damn it. Damn it. I'm always good at guessing the wrong one. I have not... Ooh, finally, we got one. I've not played Nier Automata. That's one of those games that I'm kind of surprised I haven't played. But... I have not tried. I'm glad to hear people have pretty JB smooth frame rates. You can use the cape trick to hit 2 blocks at the same time. I don't know if I know what that cape trick is, Frederoth. I played this game in a vacuum when I was a wee babe. I never got cool Mario tips. Let's use our cape for once, though. Well, I want this, and then let's try skipping over a bunch of the level, because we can. Because we are a caped Mario. Oh no. Oh well. Oh no. I saw that frame skip. Let's see. Stream source 720p 60. Yeah, that sounds about right. Is there any demand for a higher res stream? I mean, it's probably just going to be more taxing on my computer, which is constantly running too much crap because I don't clean up my whole environment after work. Because, I don't know, if any of you guys work as, like, programmers or IT guys, you know that it's like you open, like, 50 things every day, and having it still open the next day is just saves you a lot of hassle. You don't want to reset your whole environment. Oh, come on. Give me back my Yosh. Alright. We've dethroned the thing. I've never really perceived what that thing is in the cloud. In my head, it was always like a duck with a helmet on. But I'm sure that's not what it actually is. I never, like, look at it. Tomar looks so normal with just his hat and all of his warts digitally removed by doing it by a deep learning AI. Thank you. I'm glad that you appreciate the efforts I put into my deep anti-wart AI. Graffelli says, can I hire you to yell at me? In what context? I mean, probably not. But I'm curious what you had in mind. Maybe it'd make a good conversation piece. Conversation piece is not the right term. Conversation starter. Have you tried takoyaki? If you have, is it good? I can't eat it because it's shellfish and I'm allergic to it. Does octopus really count as shellfish? I mean, it's definitely not kosher. I know that much. So I couldn't eat stuff like that growing up. I like takoyaki, all right. I enjoy it, but I usually don't go out of my way for it. Uh, it's not like it's nothing I go nuts for. Most seafood I don't go nuts for. I really love like sashimi, but specifically like fish sashimi and like sushi, nigiri, stuff like that. But like shrimp, crab, lobster, all things I enjoy, but like never really want to pay what it costs. Stuff like yeah, octopus and squid, same deal. I like it. I like it. I actually do. I like having a little grilled squid or like calamari every once in a while, like some nice fried squid. I don't know. I could go on and on talking about. Oh crap! I was unprepared. There are so many things. Are you still eating, or can we soon access the other 60% of your Tomar face? Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, let's take a pause break. Let's shovel some more food into me. Like I said, it was a busy day. Didn't have time to. It was a busy day. Didn't have time to eat dinner. Trying my best to chew off mic. Tyler, you thought I shrunk on stream? Schrodinger's beard. Oh yeah, it's like the beard's just vanished. Octopus are a type of bivalve, which crustaceans are considered shellfish. Got you. Thank you for clarifying that inner M 4x1. Uh, can we get a Tomar hunger bar on screen? I'll work on that, TKB. Real JJ My Hero, do you really hate how you can hear my mouth noises? Do you hate it? Do you really hate it? A guy's gotta eat, you know? I'm just another animal at the end of the day. Could I have waited till after the stream to eat it? Yes. Would I feel guilty because I let the food my wife prepared for me and brought to me at my desk go cold? Yes. That's why we're eating this now. I respect you all very much, but I love my wife ever so much. Gamer Erade, thank you for resubscribing. I swear I'm almost done. Let's just blast through this. All right. You know what? That's good enough. I got a lot of protein. I'll finish that cold curry rice afterwards. Let's get back to Mario. Let's get back to fun. I know I'm still kind of chewing. It is what it is. Hope you enjoy your meal, Tomar. Don't worry about it, says Leighton. Thank you. Are you no longer a practicing Jew, Tomar? That's a very personal question. But yeah, no, not really. No. Oh, Graffelli, thank you for the 300 bits. Would you eat xenomorph meat? 100%, yeah. I mean, as long as all the blood's been removed and it doesn't, melt my esophagus, yes, absolutely, I would eat xenomorph meat. Chimptosis64, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Don't get a tummy ache from eating too fast, Patriarch Tomar, not for our sake. Patriarch seems less like bastardy, so I accept Patriarch Tomar. But I don't think I ate too fast. Thank you for your concern, though, Snake. See my above message if you're interested in the 30 series. Government IT is trying to get rid of a lot of 20 or so. Oh, what did you say, Windex and whiskey? Oh, government auctions? I don't know how I'd find that. I appreciate the tip. Let's see. I don't know how. Oh, you're saying you can set some aside? By all means, if that's something you can do, whisper me if you have more details. That's amazing. I don't want to talk about my religious affiliation, spaghetti. I feel like that is getting maybe a little too personal. I'm not super religious. I don't practice, but as far as my beliefs go, I'll let that remain semi a mystery. Um, Huzzah, Patriarch Tomarius is the official term. Great. Okay, I'll accept this. Patriarch of the Tomar clan. I like that. That's got like a certain weight to it, Dylan and Snake. Uh, Chimptosis64. Tomar, if you're approached by Epic Games and they offer to make a Fortnite skin of you, would you accept? I, I I've never. I've played Fortnite once when it first came out before they even introduced Battle Royale mode. I played it for like less than a week and got bored of it. I have no like personal stake in Fortnite. I think it probably would be cool to have a skin of me. I can't imagine like turning it down, but it's certainly not like a dream of mine or anything. I hope that's a fair answer to your question, Chimptosis. Uh, and then, sorry, I had to focus there for just a sec. Pion Riri says, Tomar, thanks for always just being so kind and wholesome despite all the weirdness here or elsewhere. You always make me smile. Aw, I'm glad to hear that. Pion Riri. I wish I feel very confident I'm saying your name wrong. I want to pronounce it like Pawn, like Sean, but I know that's probably not right. Peanriri. I don't know how to say that, but I'm just gonna call you Riri. No, you know what? Now that I said it out loud, that's probably not a good thing to call you, huh? I think that's a pejorative term. Um, Tomar, you collect any figures or statues? Uh, I was into model Gundams for a while, and I have a few figures here. I have a few Nendoroids of like I have there's one Nendoroid I have that I really like that's a bit of a rare one that I will probably sell someday, just because I probably have enough toys and crap, but I have my Fight Club Mako Nendoroid, and I've got some One Piece stuff. Yeah, it's like I have some knickknacks. I don't have a huge collection of any particular toys or figures. Gundam models are, I still will attest that they're fun to build. I'm being too cautious here. There we go. Hey Tomar, would you ever consider playing Corpse Party on stream? Absolutely, I'd consider it. People really liked Ebe, and I feel like it has the same kind of style. Yeah, it's definitely up that alley. I've never beaten Corpse Party is the big difference. I know it's a little bit of a bigger game than Ebe. I don't know if it's a huge game, but I never have beaten it before. Not that I've ever like really set out to, but it's a fun game from what I have seen of it. Let's see. Real JJ My Hero, do you know any weird spaghetti dishes? I know two, one of which is normal spaghetti but with sugar added that a YouTuber I know eats, and the other is mixed with a lot of sour cream and butter, which is what I eat. My favorite I mean I know of Squid Ink spaghetti. That's a thing. But I don't know. My favorite way to eat spaghetti is with like meat sauce. It always will be. I love making like a really thick, meaty meat sauce. Like it doesn't even have to be beef. I actually usually make it with like ground turkey, like those big things, packs of like Jennie-O ground turkey, or sometimes if I just have like spare chicken breast and I want to do spaghetti, I have one of those KitchenAid stand mixer meat grinders, and I'll just grind it into ground chicken meat, and I'll make a meat sauce with that. I love like a red meat sauce, or even better, like a pink meat sauce, like a vodka sauce. Let's see. I'm just gonna take care of some things. So the only way to get back over there, I'm like dead set on. You know what? I probably wanted those. I think we can do it without. Is this a P block? Oh, it's not a P block. Oh crap! Where do I find a P block? Is it? I'm forgetting how to even get in there. All right. If I don't find a P block over there, I'm just gonna give up on that for now. Let's see. For a moment there, I thought Tomar was gonna say he likes eating spaghetti with his toes. Let's see. You ever make Casio e pepe? Please explain the sour cream and butter spaghetti. I'm very interested since I love sour cream in literally everything. I mean, yeah, by all means, please explain. Whoever originally asked that, who was it? Who was that? That was Real JJ. Okay. Yeah, Real JJ. Tell us more about this sour cream spaghetti. Tomar, would you consider playing Lisa the Painful? I don't know. I mean, I would, but like I have so many other things. Like Lisa the Painful, I like it. I think it's a great game, but I don't know. Something about it has never struck me as like a streaming game. I can't explain why. I don't know, but my gut reaction was like, no. I don't know. I literally have nothing against that game, but I can't deny my instincts. Let's see. I go for a vodka sauce. Yeah, I love a vodka sauce. Like I said, like a nice pink sauce, something with some tomato and some cream. They're just a great pairing. Let's see. Can we cheat our way up there? Oh, we totally can. Oh, look at us go. Wait, is Sunny here? I just saw Tyler mention Sunny. Oh, there's Sunny. Oh, Tomar, get a purple hat. I'm telling you, when I tried to buy the purple hat from this company, they, like, because it would have been perfect. Because this style, it's like the closest thing I could find to like a sort of like, you know, the pattern in the thing that Chris made. It's like a, I don't know how to describe it other than it's supposed to look like a carbon fiber mesh. And it's hard to find a hat that's carbon fiber. If someone could find a place that could custom make me a purple carbon fiber mesh hat, it doesn't actually have to be made with carbon fiber. It just has to look like it. Though if it really was carbon fiber, even cooler. What's up there? I just gotta know. Can we take flight? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I'm having trouble flying up there. Oh. Okay. Gotcha. That would be cool, is what I was trying to say. Will I Catherine on stream? I'd consider Catherine. I'm not like good at Catherine. I don't have a lot of experience. I feel like I'll make a fool of myself. But sure, I'd consider doing Catherine on stream. I like a good puzzle game. Where am I going? I have very vague memories of this level. But here we are. Alright. 6. Alright. Let's see. Tomar, would you ever consider getting a P.O. box that we, your humble subscribers, can send arts and crafts? I already have a P.O. box. I guess it's not listed anywhere on my stuff here, but if you go to my YouTube, to the Jaxie and I's Jaximoto YouTube channel, I feel like it's listed on there. If it's not, let me know. I'll put it up. Think outside the box for Tomar streams. Let's see. Should definitely make a purple. You could definitely make a purple carbon fiber hat. Fun stream idea. Thank you for the support, Sonny. The funniest streams I do are the ones where I don't play a game. You're talking about me making said carbon fiber hat on stream? I don't know if that's in my wheelhouse. How would I do that? That sounds like it would require a lot of fabrication equipment and experience and knowledge. But I do like the idea of doing more streams that aren't just games. But this has been our current way to go. It's something to get the juices flowing. I definitely want to branch out though. I hate those little frame drops. They really get my goat. Let's see. Google it. We shall find the P.O. box and begin sending our fine crafts for you to evaluate. Do it, Snake. Do it. Tomar, I found one. Wait. Graham S.G. Richardson, 178. Let's have a look at this. Carbon fiber adjustable hat by Richardson Caps. This is literally the exact hat I'm wearing, by the way. And yes, it says purple. Look, I actually bought it from these people. And I tried to buy the purple one, and they told me no. Wait, let me make absolutely sure. Maybe I did buy it from someone else. Maybe these guys actually have the purple one in stock. Now I'm checking my... This is important. I'm checking my email. We're talking carbon fiber hats here. Tomar, can you say blank on stream, or will you get banned? I don't think I'd get banned for saying booba. Especially if I say it in that weird, strange way. Hey Tomar, I got you down for a purple carbon fiber hat, a 30 series NVIDIA GPU, Ash's Pikachu. Yeah, I'm just putting my order in. Maybe a cure for warts. All right, Azuma, I'm on to you. Tomar, I moved into a new apartment, but this is the hat you sent me, Lenny. That is the exact one that I. Oh, I guess VIPs are allowed to send links. That's cool. That is the exact type of hat. Carbon fiber hat. Oh no, I guess I got that from another company called Sportabout Equipment. All right, I'll try the one from Graham's Sporting Goods. In fact, I'm gonna try to buy one right now in purple carbon. Check out with PayPal. Just so we can do this real quick. The old PayPal balance is going to do it, which means this is coming straight from your donations. So you guys have funded this venture, you as a collective. Select a shipping method. Ground shipping is $16. Whatever. You guys are going to pay for that too. And we're going to place the order and see what happens. And if they come back and say they're out of purple hats, I'm just canceling the damn thing because I already have the blue one. The blue one was the cop-out from last time when they wouldn't sell me a purple one. But thank you, guys. Rotten Rooster says they moved to a new apartment this morning. What's a little-known essential for new homes? I don't know. Make it smell nice. Get some nice, like... incense or like a candle. I have no idea. Get a comfortable memory foam bath mat so your feet can feel nice when you step out of the shower. Get something to hang your keys on by the door. Get a shoe rack to if you have like a coat closet, you could stick it in there even to keep it out of the way. Do you like a dad hat, a snapback, or a mesh trucker hat? Rotten Rooster, out of the three, I actually do like I like snapbacks, but I happily wear all three. Yeah. What's happening with my throat? All right, Mario. We've ordered our purple carbon fiber style hat. But I still want a real carbon fiber hat. Oh, yes, I do. Whoa. What? No, Yoshi. Oh, Yoshi just finally lemminged on me. I didn't think he'd do it. I thought he'd have the sense to stop. He never stops. How do I feel about flat bill hats? I like flat bill hats. I used to almost exclusively wear flat bill hats. I used to think they looked dopey. And then I decided they actually look cool with my beard. Ah! Ah! I will not die. Not this day. Oh, I almost got that. Alright, psst, Tommy. Here's a message you missed from Windex and Whiskey. Checked our office stock. We have a pile of 22 various 30 series that are about to go on sale in a rinky-dink government auction. Our production department can't use them since they don't work well with Avid. I'll whisper you. Please, yes. Please, 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 please. You will be my hero, and I will sing your praises on this very stream. Windex and Whiskey. I'll start now. Thank you. I will happily pay a fair price. Or yeah. That's all I'll say. I've been trying to get one for ages now. Particularly if it's an 80 Ti or above. But that we'll take that offline. I got my grandma to try and explain how to make her spaghetti for whoever wants to attempt it, says Real JJ My Hero. Break the spaghetti in half, put it in a pot, fill it with water, add olive oil and salt, let it sit in medium flame for 20 minutes. So far, this is just how to cook spaghetti. But then I dump it all in a strainer. Okay, still how to cook spaghetti. Pot, add butter, spaghetti sauce, and sour cream. Mix with sour cream till blended. Well, I mean, that sounds right. Okay, butter with... So the trick is you add some butter and sour cream to your spaghetti sauce. You blend it all together. It's as simple as that. Thank you, though, my JJ, real JJ. Tomar, how come you guys haven't played any of the Behemoth games on Oni Plays? Have they really never played Castle Crashers, at least on Oni Plays? That'd be fun to do. We should do that. Yeah. Ooh. Let's be big Mario now. There's so many dang these inconsistent patterns. Nuts to it. I'm just gonna swim. Okay, now there's an incentive to stay out the water. Let's see. Tomar buying a used graphics card from the FBI. Hey, if there's 30 series at stake, I'm all about that. And I refuse to pay scalper prices. Oh, I almost escaped that. Oh, you skinny little... There we go. Oh, this guy's gonna kill me. Alright, alright. We got this. I barely remember this level. It's been a while since I've taken this path, I guess. Ah. That's my alarm to tell me to stop eating. See, that's another reason why I had to cram down dinner for my intermittent fasting stuff to work out. Oh, and thank you for the resubscribe. I think I missed a few here, so let's catch up. Patrick from way back, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Strawthurg123, thank you for resubscribing for the second month in a row. Bracer BD, thank you for the Prime subscription. And Beanie, thank you for your second month of Prime sub. And Beanie says, I did it. Playing a series of Flash games you voiced in could be pretty amusing for the stream, says Hypnic Dragomir. That would be fun to just do like a Newgrounds Flash games thing one day, I'm totally down for that. All-Seeing Eiler, hey Tomar, do you play or enjoy any sports? Ever play disc golf? It's getting quite popular in the States right now. I've played disc golf, yeah, long time ago. Uh, it's not like my favorite thing, but it's fun. I'm not very experienced, I guess. Alright. Now that we've got our ride, it's just clear sailing. Let's see, Tomar, you should watch the... Ooh. How did I miss that? You know what? I wanted that Yoshi coin so badly, and it's not like I had the other 4 anyway. That was a bit of a what? That was a Tomar moment. I don't know what to call that. That was the most pathetic place to die. We're gonna stay on these little fish boys. They're keeping me above the dang coins. Alright. There we go. We're back. Alright, they're not fish, they're dolphins. They're technically pixels. Nice scan lines. What emulator am I using? I don't know what you're talking about. This is obviously a real Super Nintendo with my official copy. I do own an official copy. I'm pretty sure I am protected by the Digital Millennium. What? My computer just decided to do some real processor heavy operation. This has happened before, but I apologize profusely. Please, please don't leave. What a terrible day for a curse. Yeah, I know. I've got the cursor on my screen right now, in fact. Yeah, no, it's SNES 9X. And, I just put it in, like, the... What mode is this? Let me check it out. You probably can even see when I open this, right? Oh, no, I guess you can't. What setting do I have on? Let's see. Emulation, file, video. It'd be under video. Oh, no. What is it? Display configuration. What filter am I running? This thing's about to freeze on me. Did an emulator creator die recently? That's sad news. Lenny, could you please stop running your Bitcoin miner on my rig? Pretty please. Why does this always have to happen during stream? I bet it's like Backblaze or something. It like got impatient. It's like, I've been waiting to eat up all your resources to back up your entire computer, and I'm just sick of waiting. Yeah, Lenny's that guy. He's Lenny the person. Specifically, Lenny that person. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. My computer's just having a grumpy day. As long as the stream holds steady and you guys can hear me, that's what really matters. We'll keep it going. The reason it's frozen now is that I've defocused the emulator. But system interrupts using 68%. What the hell? What causes that? I don't even know that. It looks like it just cleared though. But oh, it is totally Backblaze. BZ Transmit is using a ton of CPU. Come on, Backblaze. Not while I'm in the middle of this. I hate to kill my own backup solution, but there's important streaming work to be done here. Alright. So, by the way, we're using Blarg's NTSC composite. That's the name of the image processing filter we're running. Blarg's NTSC. And we're right back to it. 4418 Burbank, California 91503. Yeah, Lenny, that's the one. That is still my one and only P.O. box. I'm very bad about checking it, but if I knew that you guys were using it, I'd probably go more often. Oh. I don't like being little tiny Mario. Let's see, Tomar. Yeah, okay. I know this one. System interrupts is a placeholder just to aggregate all the different hardware delays interrupts. Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea what piece of hardware was using it, though. I'm still gonna blame Backblaze. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's the stupid Elgato doing some magical... I probably shouldn't even leave that hooked up when I'm not capturing from a console. Ooh. Yipes. Man, what I wouldn't give for a little capey. Could you fall any slower? Alright, here we go. We got past this screen. Whew. These little bonefish are scary. What's up here? I just gotta know. Yeah, they get less generous with the power-ups in these levels, huh? But I guess we are on like a secret path area right now. It's supposed to be a little more challenging. Was I really just backtracking that whole time? Oh, I think I was. Oh. Oh, clumsy old me. These lovely non-linear levels. Alright, we're like back where we started now. Just goes to show how poor my memory is of sections of the game like this. We're even hitting a time limit. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you backtrack needlessly. Alright, we made it. How do you defeat these things? Oh. What? Oh, okay. That was simple enough. Let's see. Tomar, would you play Sea of Thieves on stream? If I had a crew to do it with, yeah. Honestly, like I love just doing like a sloop. If someone like Sunny were down to do like a Sea of Thieves stream, I that would be pretty fun. If you play Sea of Thieves, Sunny. Satellite Squid, thank you for subscribing, by the way. I guess I was kind of tuned in on that level. Guys, please do not send Tomar anything without letting me screen it first. He's very sensitive to certain types of dust and common citrus-based cleaners. Thank you for looking out for me, Azuma. Let's see. Have I played Oddworld Stranger's Wrath? Yeah, but only like way back when it originally released, and I never really got into it. Tomar, I liked your VA work in Hogan's Castle for the SNES. You're Rodney. That's not you know that's not me. Does Hogan's? I don't even know what Hogan's Castle is. Mousebox. Oh gosh, I can't believe everybody. Mousebox totally missed the big news. I don't even want to tell him. Like, that was such a huge moment when I gave everybody the big news. And I just, to go through it again, I just don't know. If anybody else wants to give Mousebox the big news, you can feel free to give him the big news. But I just, I can't. I can't give out any more big news today. It's like, you know how everyone's got a quota for big news. Like, yeah, you all get it. That's all the big news. But hey, maybe you'll catch the next big news. You'll show up a little earlier and you'll catch all the big news. Oh boy. Whew. I love moving frame levels. Oh, these are just my favorite. Hey, we're not doing so bad though. Famous last words, I know. As I mash into a paratroopa. Oh, now we're gonna move faster. Okay, that sounds like fun. What's going on? Oh, finally something that doesn't drop. Okay, we gotta go up now. Where's this going? These kinds of levels are so evil. Oh! That almost killed me, that little frame drop. Whew. Imagine if we missed that jump at the end. Yeah. You guys, I hope you understand why on levels like that I just go dead silent. Because focus is not my strong suit. But welcome, welcome. Tomar, how much Dogecoin do you have? I actually have never bought any Dogecoin. I have Ethereum and Bitcoin that I've owned since way before anyone cared about them. And I'm just sitting on it, seeing what happens. And there was a point where I traded some of my Ethereum to get into a few other random altcoins that have gone more or less nowhere, like Ripple and that's like XRP and like some other one. I don't know. But yeah, my third of a Bitcoin and my 3 Ethereum. That's like all I've got left. It's definitely worth something. I could probably buy like a nice like used car with it, but I'm just gonna sit on it at this point. Oh no, come on. Oh, Azuma says they just got word of the big news. Yeah, right, Azuma? I was able to finish an entire Happy Meal on my own, apple slices and all. Please give a round of applause to me. This is all Azuma. I'm just reading it in context. That was... Oh. Why do I not screen your messages before I read them, Azuma? What a horrible mistake. I want my cape. I want my cape. Should we try going in any of these pipes? I don't feel like it, frankly. We were rewarded with a little Yoshi friend. Ooh! Perfect landing. No! No! That almost got bad. I mean, that was bad, but that almost got real bad. Oh, come. Whatever. And I totally hit the bar there. You all saw that. I hit the bar. Didn't give me any bonus points. Tomar's disappointed voice is entertaining. Wait, what disappointed voice? Like when I say what, for example, Weeping Blade. Let's see. Tomario eating a big mushroom and he gets high and hallucinate. Ha ha ha. Tommy Chimpo, you should write for Kotaku. What are you doing here? You should write for Saturday Night Live. Are you guys catching this? The audio's glitching out. Listen to that. You're hearing that too, right? But I get the joke, Tommy Chimpo. I know you're just Seth Rogen messing with me. What is that? Why is it doing that? Is it just an emulator bug? I got plenty of CPU. I got plenty, like my O's fine. My memory's fine. What is going on? Oh, and that sounded normal. I think it's just my audio interface freaking out for a second. Maybe it was my audio interface that was causing all the slowdown earlier. Oh no! The audio is really distorted on my end. I think it really was just my audio interface, in particular, just the output side of it, if you guys couldn't hear any of that. But it was freaking me out. It was like a creepypasta moment. I thought we were having a creepypasta moment together, but I was just creepypastaing alone. Speaking of which... I got greedy there. I should have just waited. Burn, burn. Yeah, didn't we, I feel like tonight would be a good night to do some creepypastas. Oh. Yep, there, we did it.
Double gift.
We have a double gift. Snake Taylor, thank you so much. And there was a single gift before that that I definitely forgot to thank you for. Oh, to Tommy Chimpo. I think that was a targeted gift. And Aaron's Mind got one. Welcome. I didn't know you were in here, Aaron's Mind. I definitely seen you around the old Twitter feed a bunch. And let's see. Dylan B. Yeah, we should do a little creepypasta night. How about after this dungeon, we change the pace? Oh, are you telling me I was just expected to run? Oh, God. Well, I didn't see that coming. And I bet we get to start. Yep, we get to start all the way over from the beginning. I thought that thing was going to go up, or I guess I would have rushed a bit more. Well, you live, you learn. Love timing that jump. Aha. I see. We can disable the trap, but that only buys us time. Oh, come on. Whew. This is vile. This dungeon is vile. You hear me? Oh, my security mushroom. Ha! Let's see, what do we got here? That guy's kind of in the way, but we made it. What kind of boss are we fighting now? Look at this goofball. We got this under control, guys. We're gonna beat this dungeon yet. After all the crap this guy put us through. Oh yes, we're gonna beat him. Imagine how Bowser has to go through this whole dungeon just to get a glass of water at night. Well, at least Bowser's nephew does. What was that guy, like Ludwig or Lemmy Koopa? I can never remember the Koopalings' names. I don't know if it's in English, but look up Blind Maiden. Though creepypastas are kind of lame, don't you want to read short horror stories? I mean, short horror story, creepypasta, to me, they're kind of synonymous. Tomar fact. Tomar's French accent only comes out when he's murdering someone or thinks it's funny. That's true, actually. That's the first true thing Ozzy has ever said in chat. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure I did a French accent because when we were playing Yuppie Psycho, So, I mean, you can ask yourself the question, was I murdering anybody while also simultaneously playing Yuppie Psycho? I think even on camera. Was I just stabbing someone under the desk? Oh, I should never do that. Don't clip that. Whatever you do, don't clip that. Oh, they're all gonna clip it. Let's see. Tomar, love the stream. Hope you all have a good night. See y'all on Tuesday. Says Nezenai 235. Have a good night, Nez. Toma, what size hat do you wear, please? I don't know I don't know hat sizes. Crap. Tommy Chimpo, are you saying that you can create a carbon fiber purple hat? Are you saying that you can create? Are you saying that you can? Is that why you're asking? Let me go. Like, is like large, extra large? Is it like a number? I don't know how to answer. What's your hat size? Most hats I own have some sort of snapback or Velcro in the back. In this case. See, Tomar, once your Bitcoin is worth enough, you can buy a significantly depreciated car and do a Hoovie's Garage kind of series. I'm not a heavy hardware guy. I like computers and servers and stuff. I'm not an auto repair kind of guy or auto modification or whatever. I remember spending 6 hours trying to install a new like amp and wire it up to like we got subs and all this stuff for Jaxie's car, and it took me and a friend like literally like 6-7 hours, and I never wanted to work on a car again, and that was just to add an audio system. That didn't even involve touching the powertrain or any of the actual like car stuff. Tomar, once your Bitcoin, okay, but I do appreciate the suggestion, Corn Man. Let's we can save. Here we are in the Forest of Illusion. We kind of skipped over a whole chunk of the game because I can't remember what the shortcuts actually go to. But we did it. We made it. And there we save stated just in case my save file fails for any reason. And let's talk creepypastas, guys. And by creepypastas, I mean, let's just tell some scary stories. What was the one that I just had recommended? Blind Maiden. I'll do Blind Maiden. Sure, let's look up Blind Maiden. I hope Blind Maiden is there's an English version. Let's see. There's a website that offers users a choice to experience the ultimate horror. The website called blindmaiden.com is supposedly a site dedicated to a doomed spirit that will enter the home of people who have viewed it. However, no matter how hard you try, I'm literally just reading the creepypasta wiki entry. I don't know if there's a should we try to do the abandoned Disneyland one? On Spaghetti Shaman's recommendation. I should loudly slurp up cold curry while reading it. I could do that. Pardon me. I always sneeze into my shirt. That's my way of trying to be considerate, even though there's literally nobody around in the blast radius. Figure at least that way it's contained and I don't get it all over the room and my keyboard and on my poor microphone. Let's figure something out. Abandoned Disneyland creepypasta. Is that it? Abandoned by Disney on creepypasta.org. Ooh, this is a long one. Oh no, it's not that long. Most of this is comments. All right. Yeah, let's read this. All right, ready? Here we go. I've never read this one before, so if it sucks, don't blame me. But if I do a good job, maybe subscribe or give me a cool tip or something. I don't know. Real Ernest Borgnine, thank you for resubscribing with Prime. I think I missed that one. And also, Detlef the Dwarf, thank you also for resubscribing. Real Ernest Borgnine said, Tomar, have you ever reached into your ear and pulled out a candle like Shrek? To which I respond, only once. And Detlef the Dwarf, you're freaking adorable, Tomar. I just hope you know that. Well, I mean, I'm not my type, but I always appreciate a good compliment. So thank you, Detlef. And Franker Z, thank you for the $5. I haven't even started here yet. All right, Abandoned by Disney, posted May 20th, 2013. Let's turn this up a little bit. Let's crank this up until... How does that sound all right? Are we okay with the sound here? We don't need this. We can expand the beard cam into let's see, fit to screen. There we go. Here we go. Some of you may have heard that the Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real live ghost town. Disney built the Treasure Island Resort in Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Disney's cruise ships would actually stop at the resort and leave tourists there to relax in luxury. This is a fact. Look it up. Disney blew $30 million on the place. Yes, $30 million. They abandoned it. Disney blamed the shallow workers, too shallow for their ships to safely... shallow waters. They're shallow workers. Disney blamed the shallow waters, too shallow for their ships to safely operate, and there was even blame cast on the workers. Saying that since they were from the Bahamas, they were too lazy to work a regular schedule. That's where the factual nature of their story ends. It wasn't because of sand, and it obviously wasn't because foreigners are lazy. Both are convenient excuses. No, I sincerely doubt those reasons were legitimate. Why don't I buy the official story? Because of Mowgli's Place. Near the beachside city of Emerald Isle in North Carolina, Disney began construction of Mowgli's Place in the late 1990s. The concept was a jungle-themed resort with a large, you guessed it, palace in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the character of Mowgli, then you might better remember the story The Jungle Book. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, you know it as a Disney cartoon from decades past. Mowgli is an abandoned child in the jungle, essentially raised by animals and simultaneously threatened and pursued by other animals. Mowgli's Place was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney brought up Should we get some music going in this, by the way? Set a mood. I feel like we should. Uh, let's let's find abandoned Disneyland creepypasta music. Surely someone's written a soundtrack to this. Nothing long enough. Oh, this is just some other douchebag reading it. I'm gonna do a better job than him. Don't you worry. Um, whatever. Where's our creepypasta music at? Or just uh, ominous piano music. Here we go. Let's just jump right into here. There we go. You guys can hear that, right? There we go. Get a little tone going. All right, let's resume our Disney tale. Mowgli's Place was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney bought up a ton of high-priced land for the project, and there's actually a scandal surrounding some of the purchases. The local government claimed eminent domain on people's homes, then turned around and sold the properties to Disney. At one point, a home that had been constructed was immediately condemned with little to no explanation. The land grabbed by the government was supposedly for some fictional highway project. Knowing full well what was going on, people started calling it Mickey Mouse Highway. Oh, by the way, thank you, Vayanil, for resubscribing. I'm still in narrator mode, but thank you. And Vayanil says hi, Tomar. Okay. Then there was the concept art. A group of stuffed shirts from Disney Corporation actually held a city meeting. They intended to sell everyone on how lucrative this project was going to be for everyone. When they showed the concept art, this gigantic Indian palace, surrounded by jungle, staffed with men and women in loincloths and tribal gear, well, suffice to say, everyone flipped their shit. We're talking about a large Indian palace, jungle, and loincloths, not only in the center of a relatively wealthy area, but also a somewhat xenophobic area of the southern United States. It was a questionable mix at that point in history. One member of the crowd tried to storm the stage, but he was quickly subdued by security after he managed to break one of the presentation boards over his knee. Disney took that community and essentially broke it over its knee as well. The houses were razed, the land was cleared, and there wasn't a damned thing anyone could do or say about it. Local TV and newspapers were against the resort at the beginning, but some insane connection between Disney's media holdings and the local venues came into play, and their opinions turned on a dime. So anyway, Treasure Island, the Bahamas. Disney sunk those millions in, and then split. The same thing happened with Mowgli's Place. Construction was complete. Visitors actually stayed at the resort. The surrounding communities were flooded with traffic and the usual annoyances associated with an influx of lost and irate tourists. Then it all just stopped. Disney shut down, and nobody knew what the hell to think. But they were pretty happy about it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and wonderful to a lot. I fucking hate the writing style on these creepypastas. Trying to sell this stuff. Anyway, we're going to power through it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and wonderful to a large group of folks who didn't want this in the first place. I honestly didn't give the place another thought since hearing it closed over a decade ago. I live maybe 4 hours from Emerald Isle, so really I only heard the rumblings and didn't experience any of it firsthand. Then I read this article from someone who had explored the Treasure Island Resort and posted a whole blog about all the crazy shit he found there. Stuff just left behind. Things smashed, defaced, probably ruined by the disgruntled former employees who had lost their jobs. Hell, The locals from all around probably had a hand in wrecking that place. People there felt just as angry about Treasure Island as folks here about Mowgli's palace. Plus, there were rumors that Disney had released their aquarium stock into the local waters when they closed, including sharks. Who wouldn't want to take a few swings at some merchandise after that? Well, you guys are still not getting the fuzz, right? That's just on my end, the music distorting. If it is, that's for the creepypasta. If you don't hear it, but all right, we're going to keep going. Over the course of that year, I did a lot of research on the Palace Resort. Or rather, I tried to. This is totally not written by a 13-year-old. Naturally, no Office Disney site or resource made any mention of the place. That had been scrubbed clean. Even odder, however, was that nobody before myself had apparently thought to blog about the place or even post a photo. Nobody before myself. None of the local TV or newspaper sites had one word about the place, though that was to be expected since they had all swung Disney's way. They wouldn't be out there lauding their embarrassment, you know. Recently, I learned that corporations can actually ask Google, for example, to remove links from search results, basically for no good reason. Snake Taylor, thank you for the gifted sub. Basically, for no good reason. Looking back, it's probably not that nobody spoke of the resort, but rather their words were made inaccessible. So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had to go on was an old-as-hell map I'd received in the mail back in the 90s. It was a promotional item sent out to people who had recently been to Disney World, and I guess since I had been there in the late 80s, that was recent. I didn't really intend to hang on to it. It just got shoved in with my books and comics from my childhood. I'd only remember it months into my research, and even then it took me another few weeks to locate the storage bin my parents had shoved it all into. But I did find it. Locals were no help, as most were transplants who had moved to the beach in recent years, or old residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Where would I find Mowgli's?" The drive took me through an inordinately long corridor of overgrowth, tropical plants that had run rampant and overpopulated the area, mixed with the native species of flora that actually belonged there and had tried to reclaim the land. I was in awe when I reached the front gates of the resort. Tremendous monolithic wooden gates whose supports to either side looked like they must have been cut from giant sequoias. The gate itself had been gouged in several places by woodpeckers and eaten away at the base by burrowing insects. Yes, give lots and lots of annoying details that we know you've made up. Hanging on the gate... Sorry, I'm ruining the magic. I just want them to get on with the damn story. Hanging on the gate was a sheet of metal, some random scrap, with hand-painted letters scrawled on the back. Abandoned by Disney. Oh yeah, that's what they'd put... That's the title, but it's like, why would it say abandoned by Disney? Who would do that sign? I am salty. All right. Clearly the handiwork of some past local or an employee who wanted to make some small protest. Okay. So it wasn't literally like a big metal sign that said abandoned by Disney. It's just a sheet of metal with hand-painted letters. Okay, all right. The gates were open enough to walk through, but not drive, so grabbing my digital camera and the map, whose flip side showed a layout of the resort, I set off on foot. The inner grounds of the place were just as overgrown as the entryway. Palm trees, I think they meant, stood untended and ragged among piles of their own coconuts. Banana plants similarly stood in their own stinking, bug-riddled refuse. There was some sort of clash between order and chaos, as carefully planted rows of perennial flowers mixed with obnoxious tall weeds and stinking blackened mushrooms. All that remained of any outdoor structures were broken, rotting wood and various charred bits of unidentifiable material. What was most likely an information booth or an outdoor bar was now simply a pile of assorted debris chopped up by past vandalism and ravaged by weather, etc., The most interesting thing on the grounds was a statue of Baloo, the friendly bear from Jungle Book, which stood in a sort of courtyard in front of the main building. He was frozen in a jovial wave towards no one, staring into empty space with a silly, toothy grin as bird shit covered whole swaths of his fur, and vines ensnared his platform. I approached the main building, the palace, only to find the outside of the building covered in graffiti where the original paint hadn't peeled and chipped away. The front doors weren't just open, they had been taken off their hinges and were stolen. Above the front doors of the gaping maw where they had been, someone had once again painted "Abandoned by Disney." I wish I could tell you about all the awesome stuff I saw inside the palace. Forgotten statues, abandoned cash registers, a full-fledged secret society of homeless bums. But no. The inside of the building was so stark, so bare, that I actually think people had stolen the molding off the walls. Anything that was too big to steal, counters, desks, giant fake trees, they were all resting amidst this empty echo chamber that amplified my every step like a slow rat-a-tat of a machine gun. I checked, because machine guns slowly rat-a-tat, gotcha. I checked the floor plan and headed to all the locations that might seem in any way interesting. The kitchen was, as you'd imagine, an industrial food prep area with all the appliances in space, no expenses spared. Every glass surface was broken, every door knocked off its hinges, every metal surface kicked and dented. The entire place smelled like very old piss. The huge freezer, not even remotely cool now, had row upon row of empty shelf space. Hooks hung from the ceiling, probably for hanging cuts of meat. And as I stood inside for a moment, I noticed they were swinging. Each hook swung in a random direction, but their movements were so slow and small that it was almost impossible to see. I figured it had been caused by my footsteps, so I stopped one from swinging by clutching it in my fist, and then carefully letting go. But within seconds, it started to swing once more. The bathrooms were in much the same state as the rest of the place. Just like the Treasure Island Resort, someone had methodically smashed each porcelain commode with coconuts and other implements. There was about a half-inch of rancid, stinking, stagnant water on the floor, so I didn't stay there for very long. What's odd is that the toilets and the sinks, and the bidets in the ladies' room, yes, I went there, all dripped, leaked, or just ran freely. It seemed to me that they should have shut the water off long, long ago. There were plenty of rooms in the resort, but naturally, I didn't have time to look through them all. The few I did peer into were similarly wrecked, and I didn't expect to find anything there. I thought there was actually a television or radio in one room, as I really think I heard a quiet conversation coming out. Though it was like a whisper, probably my own breathing echoing in the silence, or just another case of the sound of flowing water playing tricks on the mind. This is what it sounded like. "I didn't believe it." Short, unknown reply. "I didn't know that. I didn't know that." "Your father told you." Unknowing reply, or possibly just weeping. I know, that sounds ridiculous. I'm just telling you what I experienced, why I thought there might have been something running in that room. Or worse, some vagrants who had holed up there and probably would have knifed me. At the front doors of the palace again, I figured I hadn't found anything of note and had wasted the trip up. As I looked out the door, I noticed something interesting in the courtyard that I had apparently missed. Something that would give me at least one thing to show for all my trouble, even if it was just a photograph. There was a lifelike statue of a python, maybe 8 feet long, coiled up and sunning itself on a pedestal right in the center of the area. It was almost time for the sun to start setting, so the light fell onto the object in a perfect way for a photograph. I approached the python and snapped a photo. Then I stood on my toes and snapped another. I moved closer again to get the detail of its face. Slowly, casually, the python lifted its head, looked directly into my eyes, turned, and slithered off the pedestal, across the grass, and into the trees. All 8 feet of it. Its head long disappeared into the woods before its tail even left the sunning spot. Disney had released all their exotic animals onto the grounds. Right there on my floor plan map was the reptile house. I should have known. I'd read about the sharks at Treasure Isle, and I should have known they'd do this. I was dumbfounded, just utterly stupefied. My mouth must have been hanging open for the longest time before I came back down to earth and snapped it shut. I blinked a few times and backed away from where the snake had been, back toward the palace. Even though it was totally gone, I still wasn't taking any chances and backed my way into the building. It took a few deep breaths and slaps to my own face to get myself right in the head again after that. I looked for a place to sit down as my legs were feeling a bit like jelly at this point. Of course, there was no place to sit down, unless I wanted to recline in the broken glass and dead leaf carpet or haul myself up into a desk of questionable reliability. I had seen some stairs near the palace's lobby and decided to have a seat there until I felt better. The staircase was far enough away from the front of the building to be relatively clean, save for a startling accumulation of dust. I pulled a wedge of metal off the wall, once again painted with the "Abandoned by Disney" motto I had become accustomed to. I placed the wedge on the stairs and sat on it to keep at least somewhat clean. The stairway led downward, below ground level. Using my camera flash as a sort of improvised flashlight, I could see that the staircase ended in a metal mesh door with a padlock. A sign on the door, a real sign, read, "Mascots only, thank you." This perked up my spirits a little bit, for 2 reasons. 1, a mascots only area would have definitely had some interesting stuff back in the day. 2, the padlock was still in place. Nobody had gone down there. Not the vandals, not the looters, nobody. This was the one place I could actually explore, and perhaps find something interesting to photograph or wantonly steal. I had come to the palace essentially agreeing with myself that it was okay to take anything I wanted because, hey, abandoned. By the way, thank you for the gift, Snake Tailor. It didn't take much to bust the lock. Well, actually, that's wrong. It didn't take much to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked to. Time and decay had done most of the work for me, and I was able to bend the metal plate enough to pull the screws out of the wall. Something nobody else had apparently thought of, or hadn't been able to do at the time. The mascots only area was a startling and very welcome change from the rest of the building I'd seen. For one, every second or third fluorescent light overhead was illuminated, even though they flickered and faded randomly. Also, nothing had been stolen or broken off, even if age and exposure were definitely taking their toll. Everyone hasn't been leaving the stream as I've been looking away from the chat, right? Okay. We're gonna see this through. I didn't pick who someone suggested the abandoned Disneyland thing. I didn't know. I figured we'd give it a shot. It's a blind read. We're finishing this. We're too far in. Sunk cost fallacy. Tables had maybe it gets good soon. Let's give it some faith. Tables had notepads and pens. There were clocks. Even a punch-in clock on the wall, complete with filled-out time cards. Chairs were scattered around, and there was even a small break room with an old static-filled television and long rotted-out food and drink on the counters. It was like one of those post-apocalypse movies where everything is left in the state of evacuation. As I walked the maze-like sub-basement hallways of the mascots-only area, the sights just became more and more interesting. As I went further, desks and tables were knocked over, papers scattered and almost melded with the damp floor, and a large carpet of mold was slowly overtaking the real rotting crimson floor covering. Everything was just sort of squishy. Anything wood disintegrated into mush when I applied even the least amount of force, and clothing items hanging on hooks in one of the rooms simply fell to moist threads if I tried to unhook them. One thing that annoyed me was that the light was becoming more sparse and unreliable as I went further into the dank, suffocating depths of the place. Eventually, I reached a black and yellow striped door with the words Character Prep 1 stenciled on it. The door wouldn't open at first. I figured this was probably where the costumes were kept, and I definitely wanted a photograph of that twisted, stinking mess. Try as I might, whatever angle or trick I tried, the door wouldn't budge. That is, until I gave up and started to walk away. That was then there was a slight popping sound, and the door creaked open slowly. Inside the room was completely dark, pitch black. I used the camera flash to look for a light switch on the wall by the door, but there was nothing. As I made my search, I was jarred out of my sense of excitement by a loud electrical buzz. Rows of lights overhead suddenly flashed to life, flickering and fading in and out like the rest I had passed. It took a second for my eyes to adjust, and it seemed like the light was going to just keep getting brighter until all the bulbs exploded. But just when I thought it would reach that critical stage, the lights dimmed a bit and steadied. The room was exactly as I had pictured it. Various Disney costumes hung on the walls, fully put together like strange cartoon cadavers hung from invisible nooses. There was an entire rack of loincloths and native clothes on hangers towards the back. What I found odd, and what I wanted to photograph right away, was a Mickey Mouse costume at the center of the room. Unlike the other costumes, it was lying on its back in the center of the floor, like a murder victim. The fur on the costume was rotten and shedding, creating bare patches. What was even odder, however, was the coloring of the costume. It was like a photo negative of the actual Mickey Mouse, black where it should be white, and white where he should be black. His normally red overalls were light blue. The sight was off-putting enough that I actually put off photographing the thing until last. I took a picture of the costumes hanging on the walls. Upward angles, downward angles, side shots to show the entire row of frozen, putrid cartoon faces, some with plastic eyes missing. Then I decided to stage a shot, just one of the bedraggled character heads on the slick, grimy floor. I reached for the headpiece of a Donald Duck costume and carefully removed it so the thing wouldn't fall apart in my hands. As I looked into the face of the wide-eyed, moldering head, a loud clattering sound made me jump with fright. I looked down at my feet, and there between my shoes was a human skull. It had fallen out of the mascot head and shattered into pieces at my feet. Only the empty face and lower jaw remained, staring up at me. I dropped the duck head immediately, as you'd expect, and moved for the door. As I stood in the doorway, I looked back to the skull on the floor. I had to take a picture of it, you know? I had to. For any number of reasons that may seem silly, but only if you don't think it through. I'd need proof of what happened, especially if Disney was going to somehow make this go away. I had no doubt in my mind, right from the start, that even if it was just gross negligence, Disney was responsible for this. That's when Mickey, that photo-negative opposite Mickey in the middle of the floor, started to get up. First sitting up, then climbing to its feet, the Mickey Mouse costume, or whoever was inside of it, stood there at the center of the room, its fake face just staring directly at me as I mumbled, "No," over and over again. With shaking hands, a violently thrashing heart, and legs that had once again turned to jelly, I managed to lift the camera and aim it at the opposite creature, now quietly sizing me up. The digital camera screen displayed only dead pixels in the shape of the thing. It was a perfect silhouette of the Mickey costume. As the character moved in my unsteady hands,
As the camera moved in my unsteady hands, the dead pixels spread, marring the screen wherever Mickey's outline moved to. Then the camera died, went blank, and quiet, and conveniently broken. I added the conveniently. I raised my eyes once again to the Mickey Mouse costume. "Hey," it said in a hushed, perverted, but perfectly executed Mickey Mouse voice. "Wanna see my head come off?" It started to pull at its own head, working its clumsy, glove-clad fingers around its neck with clawing, impatient movements, similar to a wounded man trying to pull himself free of a predator's jaws. As it worked its digits into its neck, so much blood, so much thick, chunky, yellow blood. I turned away as I heard a sickening tearing of cloth and flesh. Only cared about getting away. Above the doorway, out of this room, I saw the final message clawed into the metal with bone and fingernails. Abandoned by God. I never got the pictures out of the camera. I never wrote the blog entry about it. After I ran from that place, fled for my sanity, if not my very life. I knew Disney didn't want anyone to know about this place. They didn't want anyone like me getting in. They didn't want anyone like that getting out.
I tried my best to sell it. I really tried my best to sell it and have fun. Abandoned by Claude, indeed. Abandoned by Claude. That was not. I did not love that. But you know what? Like I said, we tried to add to it. We tried to enhance it with I tried to enhance it with delivery, with the power of acting. I don't know if that worked, but I had fun. I did do my best. Just like, that was the fact that I'm supposed to, if that was really written by someone who was alive in the 1980s, and granted in 2013, but still, like, the idea that an adult wrote that is very difficult to believe. It feels like a kid trying to pass themselves off as an adult who actually had the resources to do any of this stuff. But yeah. Gosh, if only we could have put that much effort into a good creepypasta. All right. Maybe is that how we're going to end it, or does someone have something that we could use as like ear bleach? Eye bleach, ear bleach, something like that. Goofston, if that was an adult, now do it again in the Nigel Thornberry voice. Yeah, that was not the length of that story was. I mean, that would have been a bad payoff if we got right to the action. All the buildup was just like it was fodder. It wasn't interesting. It was just details about. I get that that's the whole idea. Is like you try to make it feel believable, like it's an anecdote, but. Is Jeff the Killer actually good? I've never read Jeff the Killer. Is that a long one? Thank you, Vic Sauce, for the $5 donation for the Tulpa creep. Oh, are you suggesting the Tulpa creepypasta? What's Tulpa? Does anybody else here? People are saying no, don't do Tulpa. I don't know. Or are you guys saying no to Jeff the Killer? Most creepypastas I don't like, by the way. It's fun reading scary stories. It does not have to be classified as like an SCP or a creepypasta or whatever. Okay, we're getting a lot of no's to Jeff. So let's look into this Tulpa one. All right, this one is still a fair size. It'll definitely finish us off, but let's try to do Tulpa. Do we have any specific objections to Tulpa? I know it's a longer one, but so far we seem to be getting some support for it. Uh, I'm just gonna start into it. Let's give it a shot. I really wanna have a fun little scary time. And remember, if I creep you out a little bit, I very much encourage a little tip or a few bits or whatever you have to spare, because these things are killing my throat. You can the added texture is good for reading creepypastas, but actually, can I grab a drink? I'm just gonna grab a drink real quick. I should have probably just gotten water, but who needs water when you've got a diet root beer? Bet that A&W, who has not paid for product placement, so you're welcome, A&W. Excuse me. Tomar, I found a short story someone made about you on Wattpad. Oh boy. For Loco Chokehold. I don't know if that's how I want to finish this. We're gonna do Tulpa. We're gonna do Tulpa. And we're gonna oh, that's satisfying. And we'll probably call it a night after Tulpa, but let's get into this. Are you guys, is this music working for you guys, by the way? Because I think it's fine, but if anybody like has any like requests to change it, speak now. I am just super thirsty, so anything would be satisfying, but I'm gonna keep doing that. Oh, it's a little quiet. I'll just turn it up then. Here we go. Oh, I didn't know you guys couldn't hear. That's on me. Can you hear it now? It's just gentle music. I'm maxed out now. This is the loudest I can get it. You know what? I got bored or restless, instead of moving around, I should visualize my double moving around, or try to interact with him, and so on. The idea was to keep him with me the entire time I was in the room. I had trouble with it for the first few days.
It was more controlled than any sort of daydreaming I'd done before. I'd imagine my double for a few minutes, then grow distracted, but by the fourth day I could manage to keep him present for the entire 6 hours. They told me I was doing very well. The second week, they gave me a different room, with wall-mounted speakers. They told me they wanted to see if I could still keep the tulpa with me in spite of distracting stimuli. The music was discordant, ugly, and unsettling, and it made the process a little more difficult. But I managed nonetheless. The next week, they played even more unsettling music, punctuated with shrieks, feedback loops that sounded like an old-school modem dialing up, and guttural voices speaking some foreign language. I just laughed it off. I was a pro by then. After about a month, I started to get bored. To liven things up, I started interacting with my doppelganger. We'd have conversations, or play rock, paper, scissors, or I'd imagine him juggling, or breakdancing, or whatever caught my fancy. I asked the researchers if my foolishness would adversely affect their study, but they encouraged me. So we played and communicated, and that was fun for a while. And then it got a little strange. I was telling him about my first date one day, and he corrected me. I'd said my date was wearing a yellow top, and he told me it was a green one. I thought about it for a second, and realized he was right. It creeped me out, and after my shift that day, I talked to the researchers about it. "You're using the thought form to access your subconscious," they explained. "You knew on some level that you were wrong, and you subconsciously corrected yourself. What had been creepy was suddenly cool." I withdrew a little from the world at that point. I was having trouble relating to people. It seemed to me that they were so confused and unsure of themselves, while I had a manifestation of myself to confer with. It made socializing awkward. Nobody else seemed aware of the reasons behind their actions, why some things made them mad and other things made them laugh. They didn't know what moved them. But I did, or at least I could ask myself and get an answer. A friend confronted me one evening. He pounded at the door until I answered it, and came in fuming and swearing up a storm. "You haven't answered when I called you in fucking weeks, you dick," he yelled. "What's your fucking problem?" I was about to apologize to him, and probably would have offered to hit the bars with him that night, but my tulpa grew suddenly furious. "Hit him," it said, and before I knew what I was doing, I had. I heard his nose break. He fell to the floor and came up swinging, and we beat each other up and down my apartment. I was more furious then than I have ever been, and I was not merciful. I knocked him to the ground and gave him 2 savage kicks to the ribs. And that was when he fled, hunched over and sobbing. The police were by a few minutes later, but I told them that he had been the instigator, and since he wasn't around to refute me, they let me off with a warning. My tulpa was grinning the entire time. We spent the night crowing about my victory and sneering. He giggled and tapped the IV in my arm. I thrashed in my restraints as best I could, but could hardly move at all. "They're pumping you full of good shit, I think. How's the mind? All fuzzy?" He leaned closer and closer as he spoke. I gagged. His breath smelled like spoiled meat. I tried to focus, but I couldn't banish him. The next few days were terrible. Every so often, someone in a doctor's coat would come in and inject me with something or force-feed me a pill. They kept me dizzy and unfocused, and sometimes left me hallucinating or delusional. My thought form was still present, constantly mocking. He interacted with, or perhaps caused, my delusions. I hallucinated that my mother was there, scolding me, and then he cut her throat and her blood showered me. It was so real that I could taste it. The doctors never spoke to me. I begged at times, screamed, hurled incentives, demanded answers. They never spoke to me. They may have talked to my tulpa, my personal monster, I'm not sure. I was so doped and confused there that it may have just been more delusion, but I remember them talking with him. I grew convinced that he was the real one, and I was the thought form. He encouraged that line of thought at times, mocked me at others. Another thing that I pray was a delusion. He could touch me. More than that, he could hurt me. He'd poke and prod at me if he felt I wasn't paying enough attention to him. Once he grabbed my testicles and squeezed until I told him I loved him. Another time he slashed my forearm with one of his talons. I still have a scar. Most days I can convince myself that I injured myself and just hallucinated that he was responsible. Most days. Then one day, while he was telling me a story about how he was going to gut everyone I loved, starting with my sister, he paused. A querulous look crossed his face, and reached out and touched my head, like my mother used to when I was feverish. He stayed still for a long moment, and then smiled. All thoughts are creative, he told me. Then he walked out the door. 3 hours later, I was given an injection and passed out. I awoke unrestrained. Shaking, I made my way to the door and found it unlocked. I walked out into the empty hallway and then ran. I stumbled more than once, but I made it down the stairs and out into the lot behind the building. There I collapsed, weeping like a child. I knew I had to keep moving, but I couldn't manage it. I got home eventually. I don't remember how. I locked the door and shoved a dresser against it. Took a long shower and slept for a day and a half. Nobody came for me in the night, and nobody came the next day, or the one after that. It was over. I'd spent a week locked in that room, but it had felt like a century. I'd withdrawn so much from my life beforehand that nobody had even known I was missing. The police didn't find anything. The research center was empty when they searched it. The paper trail fell apart. The names I'd given them were all aliases. Even the money I'd received was apparently untraceable. I recovered as much as one can. I
Music off. That's enough of that. Let's see. Snake says, I've been going through a rough breakup and your streams have been really meaningful for me. My gifts were a repayment of your importance in my coping. I was on my other account when watching the weeks prior to the stream, but thank you for what you do. See you again Tuesday. Raid check. Oh yeah. Let's do a raid check. Sid the Kid. Hey says, oh, and Longtime Ryan and Mikey Walks. Mikey Walks, thank you for the resub. Oh, we got that one. Longtime Ryan, thank you for the resub. Hey Tomar, I am bald in my 20s, and can you show solidarity and take off your hat? There we go. There's my solidarity for you. Thank you for subscribing for a second month. And Sid the Kid, 1124, has used 500 bits. Thank you very much, Sid the Kid. Hey, Tomes, thanks for reading us these epic works of literature. You're very welcome. And Snake, I'm glad to hear it's been helpful. I've, last time I went through a breakup, which was fortunately many years ago before I found my wife, I remember finding, I didn't have stuff like this, but I found solace in, I had never watched it up until that point, but Avatar: The Last Airbender, I just binged through the 2 seasons that were out at the time, and then got to watch the third as it aired. But it's always good to have a distraction when you're going through any kind of like breakup or tragedy or anything, so I can definitely appreciate that. Tyler, thank you for the 45 bits. Can't believe the Tulpa did CBT to the main character. Wait, what's CBT? I feel like that one went over my head. My high ass is having a great time visualizing all this word stuff. Thank you for the $5 donation meme catalog. I'm glad that you could have a fun little high thing. Snake, thank you. Your relationship gives me hope. I'll go watch ATLA again. I mean, or my suggestion is honestly to pick up something new you haven't watched. I think those are the best distractions. May I suggest One Piece if you haven't read or watched any of it? You can start with One Piece if you want to save a little time. That's just my little One Piece shill. But yeah, if you want something that's got some longevity to it, I recommend it. And thank you, John the Hidden Beast, for subscribing. And thank you, Detlef the Dwarf, for 100 bits. I'm an aspiring voice actor, and you're an inspiration, oh powerful Tomar. Thank you very much, Detlef. Someday I'll say that right. Why can't you know what, Zurafruit? I'm gonna go on and on about One Piece. It's a good series. It really does grow in your heart. You can read Chainsaw Man too, if you want to commit to something that's not as massive. But then when you're ready for big boy stuff, read all of JoJo, read all of Hajime no Ippo, and read all of One Piece. That's all I'm saying. Do I read the manga for One Piece? Yeah, ever since I caught up with the anime, which is around like the beginning of Wano Country, I've been reading it. So I watched the vast majority of it via a combination of One Piece and just the actual episodes that One Piece doesn't cover. Took me about a year and a half.
Monster gift!
Utah Ranger, our very own Utah Ranger, with a monster gift. Thank you so much, Utah. Yeah, I like Helsing. Yeah, let's do a raid check. Dashboard.twitch.tv. Yeah, I really like the animation in Wano. It's made quite the recovery. But I need to catch up on the anime part. And then we got JoJo Part 6 coming soon. Ooh la la. And the thrilling finale to JoJolion is coming out, I think, next month. They're finally publishing the last chapter. So now you can finally say, like, now there's a prayer of catching up with JoJo if it ever intimidated you too much. Yeah, if you're going to read a manga, read Berserk, because you're right, there isn't an anime of it.
Monster gift!
You can watch the Golden Arc and then read it again anyway, because they leave out an entire character. And whoa, and Snake Taylor also with a monster gift. Holy crap! Thank you so much, guys. I'm glad that I assume this is all appreciation for the creepypasta stuff. And so on. And I'm happy to do more if you guys do like that. Let's see if we can do a raid. Stream manager, raid channel, and I need to follow more people on Twitch. I got nothing to raid. So that's that. Thank you guys for joining me, and I really hope you all have a good night. I'm gonna go give my voice a little break, and I got some stuff to record by the end of the weekend. Take care, everybody. Oh, Tyler, Weeping Blade. Okay, thank you so much for the 100 bits, Weeping Blade. And thank you for the 500 bits, Tyler. Very much appreciated. I'm slouching so hard in my chair. Oh my gosh. Terrible posture, right? That's how far I was slouching. I just like do that without thinking about it. Just drift back into my chair. All right, good night. Happy 20th stream. It was our 20th stream, Tyler. You're right. Thanks again so much for all you do. All right, here we go. Click and stream.